What's going on, guys? Yeah, I know I look like crap, and I need to shave and everything, but yeah, so I do definitely look like crap. Um, today's video, I wanted to do a video about, since it's so close to Halloween, maybe I just do this around this time, or not. If you like these videos, I might do more. Basically, this is a video. I've been watching a lot of scary, like, what do they call them? I forget what they call them, but they're like scary narrations with like drawings and stuff, pictures, scary pictures are being shown while someone narrates a story, usually from Reddit or some forum that they find, and then they just read the story. That some people just write little stories that you find online and stuff like that. I used to read those stories and stuff like that and not believe them and stuff. Sometimes it's usually other related stories, like just it's not always scary stories, like random stories that people tell online. And uh, I got two of my favorites are Lazy Masquerade. You can check his channel out. I'll leave a link to his. And also, there's several people just tell stories like on camera, like I'm doing right now. And also Eve. Eve is one of my favorites. She's very talented. Check her out, Eve Studios. Um, and there's several other people that I listen to. I'm trying to forget their name. B Buster, I think, is one of them. B Buster is another one. I'll leave a link to his channel too. He's pretty good. Um, so there's a lot of these people. There's a lot of scary narrators, and they do it mostly all year round. Um, Not that I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna tell a story here from my most paranoid. Um, did I say it right? Just scary story that like a story that related to um, ghost, and maybe even a story that later on, if you like these videos, I might tell stories about my dreams, and some of them are very weird, and maybe could be interpreted as something else. But so first, um, I'm not a very, I'm like I said, I watch a lot of horror films. I'm not easily scared, but things happen that I can't explain sometimes. So let's get into it. A little backstory. My mom, back probably when I was like 14 or so, she was very close to the neighbor. Um, the neighbor, the older neighbor, her mom, well, she had a daughter too. One of her daughters lived with her at the time, and then her husband, and those were our neighbors. But one of our neighbors, and they got pretty close. She was more close to the younger daughter, just because I don't know, they were just a lot closer. Um, since my mom is like right now, my mom's in her 60s, but at the time she was probably in her um, late late 40s or early 40s or something like that. So she was there were, and then her mom, the neighbor's mom, she was in her 50s or so. So uh, they were kind of weird that my mom was closer to the daughter than the mother. But after a while, my mom and her were still cool, but they didn't hang out as much anymore. Just because she's younger, obviously she wanted to hang out with more people her age and everything. And unfortunately, around that time, her mom passed away. And like I said, I was like 14 or 15. I wasn't doing drugs at the time. At the time I wasn't experimenting with drugs, not as much because I was on a baseball team, and they did actually do drug testing, and make sure you wasn't doing anything wrong, and you had to actually get good grades to get into the baseball team and whatnot. So I live in an apartment in New York, and you always hear weird noises and stuff. So you get used to it. But this time around, it was in the middle of the day, probably like late evening, in the summertime. I didn't know she passed away this day in particular. I wasn't, I didn't know. Um, so there wasn't like something in my subconscious that's telling me that I might see something paranormal, paranormal. And I went to the kitchen to make a sandwich, and take my glasses off. I went to the kitchen to make a sandwich, and I was there just making a sandwich like usual, nothing out of the ordinary, until I started hearing heavy breathing. Then I thought to myself, but I wasn't working out, so why would I hear heavy breathing and stuff like that? And uh, something else about my neighbor, the mother and the daughter had a very very annoying laugh, and also they had a very annoying, um, very high pitched speaking. They speak very high pitched, and they had a very annoying laugh, and so it was very, um, you could tell it was them. You could tell when they're talking. You could tell everything about them just by the voice. You could tell it was them. So um, yeah, I was there in the kitchen. I heard this heavy breathing, and I was like, what's going on here? Why am I bugging out? Am I dreaming? That's what I was thinking at first. Like, why am I hearing this breathing? It's not, and usually you can't hear your breathing unless like you're out of breath or something like that. You would hear it, more prominently. That's how I heard it. And I looked around. I felt like someone was watching me, but there was nothing around. And my hair was like, like when you get goosebumps, like my hair was getting all goosey, and I was like, what's going on? Why am I feeling like this? So I'm here, and then I walked because towards my kitchen there's a fridge, and then there's like this big thing my mom keeps her good china in. You know how mothers do, they keep their good plates and for company and stuff like that. She has one of those, so I go towards it, and then when I'm going towards it, the breathing just gets louder and louder, and I'm like, what is going on here? I get so scared that I have to like literally jump on top of the table. Like I'm on top of the table, and I'm like, what? I feel eerie feeling. I feel like something is watching me. I don't see anything. Then I hear a faint, like how you would say it, like a faint, eerie sound. I don't know if it was a voice. I don't know if it was a laugh. I'm not sure what it was. It was just weird. So I just chalk it up like I'm just bugging out. I don't know. Maybe I'm half asleep or something. My mom tells me later on that our neighbor passed away, the mother. So I start thinking to myself, maybe that was the reason. Like she didn't know she was dead, and like she was surprised to see me in her house, and like she was confused. She was passing on. She was into knowledgeable what was going on, and that's probably what happened. And I mean, I know this doesn't sound too scary, but believe me, if you had to be there type of situation. Um, I remember telling my sister this and my brother this, and my brother kind of believed it, because he's open minded to stuff like that, and my sister kind of believed it. She's open minded to it, so it was like both of them. I'm pretty close with them, so it was kind of like they gave me the benefit of the doubt. They know I'm not crazy. They know I don't just say anything imaginative and lie to them. Um, like I have never really lied to them. Um, you know, What's going on here? Sorry, screen went out. Screen blanked out for a second. So yeah, that's my story. Hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like and let me know if you want to hear more of these. I got a few more that's happened to me, or happened to someone else that I know that told me some stories, and that's the first one I can tell you. There's other ones, like I said, and we can talk more about it. So I'll see you guys later. Sorry, I'm just figuring out this.